Hey guys, I thought I would jump on today and film a full YouTube video for you because I've been receiving some amazing new products from the brand Pixi Beauty. So this is the skincare PR box that I received off them, and it's got some amazing products in there which all contain vitamin C, which is really brightening on the skin. So I'm going to be using all of these products today. I also received this amazing makeup package which I'm going to open up and show you a little peek inside. I have been using these already, as you can see, for the past few weeks. These two palettes both contain a mixture of matte and shimmer shades. I also received these two face palettes, which have blusher, highlighter colours and also a contour shade in there. So perfect to have it all in one handy compact. So I'm completely barefaced at the moment. I've got absolutely nothing on my skin. All I've done is just cleanse this morning. And to start off, I'm just going to go in with the vitamin C priming oil. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a shake, and I'm going to use about 2 pumps of this. This product does absorb really easily into the skin, so it doesn't leave you feeling like you've got like a really oily layer. So it's really nice underneath makeup. It makes your skin feel really plump and really smooth, and I found where I get dry just here, it's really helped hydrate that area. This primer actually has turmeric in there as well, which is a really good anti-inflammatory. So if you're like me and you're suffering with spots from wearing masks, hopefully this will really help calm my skin down. On top of that, I'm going to use the Brightening Perfector. This cream contains vitamin C like the rest of the products in the range, but I really noticed with this moisturiser that it really does give you a lovely dewy, like radiant glow, and that is always what I look for in skincare. So you could use it on its own, but it's also really nice to use underneath makeup as well. Next, I'm going to use the Vitamin C Under Eye Brightener. And I noticed with this, it has got like a little bit of a orange colour corrector in there. It's only a slight sort of tint of colour, but the orange will really help brighten and cancel out any darkness under the eyes. So this really soothes the under eye area, and it's really important to prep your skin really well before applying makeup, because your makeup's always going to go on a lot better if you've got a really good skincare routine in place beforehand. I'm just going to finish off my skincare with the lip balm. So this lip balm has got like a bit of a peachy tint to it, and it contains vitamin E, which really helps protect, and it's super nourishing. I actually love the packaging of this lip balm because it still kind of feels like a lipstick the way it's been packaged, and because we're wearing masks all the time, usually I would take my lipstick out with me, but obviously not anymore. So I love the fact that it kind of looks like a lipstick, and you can still use it when you're out and about and you're wearing a mask. So moving on to makeup now, I'm going to be using the Loreal Infallible foundation. So I've just popped a little bit of that on a MAC foundation brush, and I'm just going to really like stipple that into my skin and just build up the coverage nicely. This does claim it's a medium to full coverage, but I would say, like, compared to some of my other foundations, it definitely feels a bit more of like a medium coverage. So I would say I've tried most luxury foundations, especially in the dewy range or anything that says it has a little bit of a glow to it, but I find they either look really, really wet on my skin, where by the end of the day you're kind of just looking like a big oil slick, or they say that they're glowy but actually they dry down and they feel really, really matte on the skin still. And I feel like this foundation is just the absolute perfect foundation for me. It's not too wet looking, it still gives that glow but also stays on really, really well. But because this brush is really dense, you get a really good coverage because it doesn't really like soak a lot of the product up into the bristles. So sort of what you put on the brush, you're really getting onto your skin, rather than I find a lot of stippling brushes really kind of soak up the product and you end up wasting so much. Next, I'm going to use the NYX Born to Glow concealer. Anyone that's tried the MAC Mineralize concealer, this really reminds me of that, and I really didn't think I was going to find sort of a cheaper option of that concealer. So when I found this, it really did remind me of it. It still gives that lovely glow, it doesn't sit in any lines, it feels quite lightweight, but I'd say it's like a medium coverage. So I'm just going to use now a MAC Studio Fix concealer. This one is a little bit more matte, so it's better when you're covering spots. If you're kind of covering like any problem area, so here I've got a bit of pigmentation, you might need more of a full coverage concealer. So sometimes I will use 2 concealers if I feel like I need to. And when I'm covering spots, I tend to just pack it on with a flat brush and then kind of just blend round the area so you're not blending that product away from the area that you're trying to cover. So I'm just going to do exactly the same technique on all of these. This concealer's got a little bit more of a yellowy undertone to it as well. So anything with a yellowiness to it will really help cover the redness. While I'm on the subject of spots, I just wanted to show you this product that I bought from Superdrug a couple of weeks ago. So I've had a little bit of time to try it, and I actually bought this because it had a specific ingredient in it which is called niacinamide. I've been reading a lot online that niacinamide was really good for clearing up acne or blemish prone skin, and obviously because I've been suffering a lot with my skin lately, I thought I would give it a go. Now, I found that when I'm getting spots from wearing masks, they are sort of really deep, like under my skin, and I'm finding them really hard to clear up. So they're kind of erupting and then they're going back into a spot again, and they're not really disappearing fully. You can actually like sort of still feel it under my skin. So when I started using this product, I really noticed that the next day the spots had seemed to have gone down dramatically, and it really dried them out. So I'm going to keep using this. I was really skeptical on whether this was going to work, but I really do think it worked. And I think this was about £6. I did get it on offer, so I don't know if it's still on offer at the moment, but yeah, if it's helped me, I'm sure it will help you. So going back to my makeup, I'm just going to use a bit of MAC Mineralize Skin Finish, and I'm just going to pop on a big powder brush and really set all my concealer and foundation in place. I am yet to find a good quality, sort of less expensive powder, so I've still been using my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish. Again, I've been using this for a long time, and I find because my skin is a little bit dry, it doesn't really make my skin feel any drier like some powders can. It still kind of keeps that nice glow because it's got a little bit more of a satin finish to it. To bronze my skin, I'm just going to use a Makeup Revolution bronzer. I like this one because it doesn't look too dark because I am super pale. The only thing is the lid keeps falling off, but it's still going strong. And I'm going to pop that underneath my cheekbones just to give me a little bit more colour. And I always run a bit of bronzer around sort of the outer perimeter of my forehead as well, so it kind of balances everything out and I don't just look like I've got loads of colour on my cheeks. Next, I'm going to use my Morphe blush palette, and as you can see, this has got a really nice selection of blushes in there. It's also got a shade which you could use for highlighting and contouring as well. I am going to go in with this shade here. It's called Gold, so it's a little bit more of a sort of corally peachy colour. And I'm just going to add that more on the apples of my cheeks just to give me a little bit more of a pop of colour. Now, I have just sprayed my skin with a bit of the Jeffree Star Set and Refresh Mist just so my highlighter really stands out. So I'm going to be using another Pixi product because I absolutely love this highlighter in this palette. It's kind of got like a nice pinky shade to it, but it goes on like really buttery and super smooth. So I'm just using a Morphe eyeshadow brush to apply this. I'm much preferring a smaller brush lately to put my highlighter on with because I really feel like you can just sort of pinpoint the tops of your cheekbones a lot better. Oh my god, look how glowy that is. I'm literally like blending in with the rest of my backdrop right now. I've just done my brows off camera just to speed up time, and I'm going to show you a really easy way on how to create a smoky eye. Obviously we are in a pandemic, people aren't going out as much as they used to, but it's still nice to put a little bit of makeup on and feel a bit glam. So I'm going to start with the MAC Paint Pot, and this is in the shade Groundwork. I'm going to start applying this on the lower part of my eye because this product is designed to also help keep eyeshadows on longer, so you can pop powder products on top of this. This one has got a bit of like colour to it already, so it has got sort of like a earthy brown tone to it, so you could actually just wear this on its own, but I'm just going to buff that all out and then I'm going to pop some powder eyeshadows on top of it. And today I'm going to be using the Pixi Rosette Ray palette. And I'm going to start off with this shade here. And I'm just going to buff that lovely warm shade right through my crease with a MAC 224. I'm now going to go in with the shade Mushroom, which is a really nice deep neutral brown. And I'm just going to pack that on all over the lid. I'm going to bring it up slightly, but I'm not going quite as high as I did with the first shade, just so you get that really nice gradual soft blend. A really nice thing about these eyeshadows is that the pigment doesn't drop down all over your face. Usually I would have to do my eyes first because I end up with eyeshadow like all over my face, but this really hasn't dropped at all, so it's made life a lot easier for me. I'm just going to use that same colour with a small pencil brush and just really blend that all underneath my eyes as well. Now usually I'd go in with a dark brown or a black pencil into the waterline as well, but I'm considering on changing it up a little bit today and using a nude instead. These pencils are super creamy, so they glide on really well. They don't really tug at the skin at all. And I always go back in with my pencil brush just to really soften up that pencil and just smooth it all out. So I'm now just going to add a little bit of mascara. I really hadn't used any Too Faced products for a long time. I used to work for the brand like back around 10 years ago, and I kind of think I just moved on and just sort of started experimenting with other products, so I hadn't really tried anything of theirs for a long time. I don't know about you, but I always find that mascaras always seem to go on a lot better once you've been using them for a couple of weeks. Like the formula really seems to thicken up and then your lashes always look a lot fuller. I did think I would struggle with this mascara at first because my lashes are quite short and the brush is quite big, but you know what, I think you just get used to it, don't you? I've been using the MAC Extended Play for so long, but I do find this one doesn't smudge as much. So I'm just going to finish this look off with a nice bold red lip. And then I'm just going to fill in all the gaps in the MAC lipstick in Red Rock. So this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed checking out all the new goodies that I've had and watching this tutorial. It's something really simple and easy to achieve as well. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I shall see you in the next one.